nights alone, in the zone, heart turns to stone, feel it to the bone. Clock ticks loud, can't escape the cloud, in the crowd unbowed, thoughts wrapped in shroud. Volcy thoughts race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase, I'll just keep the pace. Streetlights glare, danger's always there. In the lair we prepare, no room for care. Shadow paths we trace, haunted smiles on our face. No dreams left to chase, locked in this space. Silence screams loud, destiny's proud. Can't stand the crowd, darkness is our shroud. Oh. Clock ticks loud, can't escape the cloud, in the crowd unbowed, thoughts wrapped in shroud. Volcy thoughts race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase, I just keep the pace. Oh. Oh. Streetlights glare, danger's always there. In the lair we prepare, no room for care. Shadow paths we trace, haunted smiles on our face. No dreams left to chase, locked in the space. Silence screams loud, destiny's proud. Can't stand the crowd, darkness is our shroud.
All right, y'alls. All right, y'all. What's good? What's good? What's goody? What's good? What's goody, y'all? All right, y'all. As y'all see the topic on the board, we is back with another discussion. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? I appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. Appreciate y'all being here and joining me tonight. We just getting it started. We're just getting the live started. We're just getting the live started, making sure that we have people coming in. Now, y'all see the topic on the board. If you'd like to talk about what I have on the board, go ahead and hit that guest request button, and we can definitely have that talk. Give me 1 second. My mic is a little low. All right, that's better. All right, that's better. All right, y'all. How's it going? What's good? If you'd like to talk about what I have on the board, go ahead. Definitely go ahead and come on up. I will appreciate the conversation. Appreciate anything that you got to say. I'm live now on my personal channel. I'm now live on Volcy Thoughts. I'm live now on the Deconstruction Junction. Oh, and we already got a guest. That's the fastest I've ever gotten a guest before, but we'll go ahead and start the live off.
Hello, my name is Squat.
Squat, how's it going? Are you at least 18? And
Hi. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm 20. How's it going?
I'm all right. All right. So are you Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite, and are you a black person?
Yes, I'm black, and no, I'm atheist.
Oh, you're an atheist. All right, so you agree.
I don't know if I'm atheist, but I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. Don't think about it much.
All right, cool. So you agree that black people shouldn't be Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
Oh, no, I don't. They can be whatever they want. I don't care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they can be whatever they want. That's all good and well. But what I try to push for, why I always say that black people should not be Christian, is because this is the religion that colonized and enslaved us. Same thing with Islam. And Hebrew Israelite is just a cult. So we shouldn't be those things.
Okay. That seems a bit trivial, though. Like,
why is that trivial?
My argument's almost like, I don't think you should really care about that. Like,
the reason why I care about it is because it actually affects our society. You don't think it has an effect on our society?
No, I don't think so.
What's Christian nationalism then?
I don't know. Just like America's a Christian country, and
no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thinking that is the problem. You don't see the issue there?
Okay, no.
All right. When people say that America is a Christian country, they don't just mean the demographics. Of course, 80% of Americans identify as Christian. That's fine. No, but that the issue is not when people say America is a Christian country, they think that America should operate off the Bible, and that's an issue. You don't think so?
Oh, I didn't say that. No, I was just like, yeah, somebody thinks of America, they're like, all right, what religion is somebody from America? Like, I don't know, probably Christian.
They're likely going to be Christian.
I wouldn't say fucking like Buddhist or something.
No, of course, but
that's probably a lot of Buddhists here.
No, there's a lot of Buddhists here, but like that's a demographics question. That's not how the government should operate, right? I think you would agree with me that we shouldn't force kids to read the Bible, right?
Right. Yeah, I would think that.
That's happening.
I do think that.
That's happening.
Okay.
There are bills in Alabama, Louisiana, I think in my state of Florida and in Texas that would force kids to read passages from the Bible every day in public school.
Are they doing that now?
There's a bill being pushed through in those states that will do it.
Okay. Well, I hope they're not doing it now. And if they're not doing it now, then I don't see anything to worry about.
But there's a bill being pushed through and their party is in power. If they vote for it, it will happen. You see the issue, right?
Yeah, I see the issue, but I don't think it's going to get passed. If it does get passed, I'd be pretty upset probably, but
yeah, I mean, it passed in Louisiana.
All bills get pushed to get passed.
What I'm saying is that something like this passed in Louisiana and it had to get taken all the way to the Supreme Court for it to be turned over. Stuff like that shouldn't be happening. That's what I mean. It's not something that we should just sit back and not worry about. Even if it wasn't happening on a government policy level, the way that people treat each other is still an issue. Like for example, the way that
people treat each other like shit.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those times is based just off of their religion.
Yeah, that sucks.
Right. So you agree?
Yeah, people shouldn't treat people differently based on their religion.
Great. So I don't think that black people should be Christian because this is the religion of our enslavers and colonizers. And not only that, in the West, especially in America, it upholds white supremacy in a lot of ways, just like what we're seeing in America right now.
But you wouldn't think of like a black person differently because they're Christian, right?
No, I just think that they have a very bad memory.
Bad memory?
Mm-hmm.
How do they have a bad memory?
These the same motherfuckers who enslaved us, right?
Okay, well, they don't remember that. They know about it.
Yeah, why would we be part of a religion that was forced on us through enslavement?
I don't know about that. I just know they were kept as like black people are kept as slaves.
Yeah, what do you think black people were doing before Christianity came to Africa, or at least Western Africa?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we were
doing what everybody else was doing, working.
No, I'm talking about spirituality. Like, what was the spirituality in Africa before colonization? Do you know?
Dude, I know nothing about African spirituality before colonization. That is not my expertise.
I got you, squad, but that's part of the problem. The fact that you're missing all that history, because it was reduced, it was denigrated, and it was suppressed. So a lot of our spiritual heritage and history, a lot of our rites of passage, et cetera, we don't know about. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure you know about Jewish bar mitzvahs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a religious rite of passage, and they're able to still have that for the last thousands of years because their religion was not interrupted. But our religion was interrupted, so now the rites of passage that we did have, we don't even know what they are. We had to come up with new rites of passage, which is prom. You see what I'm saying? So it's like these type of issues still affect us today.
What do you mean, like I read the passage or
rites of passage? Basically, you know, when a teenager is symbolically becoming an adult,
right?
For
well,
Jewish
yeah,
people,
I know the Jews bar
mitzvahs,
that's a good explanation of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then Hispanics or specifically Mexicans have quinceañera, stuff like that, right? Like Africans have those, and they're all based on spirituality and stuff like that, but we don't know about them.
Okay.
Yeah, because of colonization and slavery, it was taught to be quote unquote demonic. Just like voodoo was seen as demonic, hoodoo is seen as demonic. Any spirituality that has anything to do with Africa is seen as demonic and is denigrated. You see the issue there, right?
Is it still?
Yes. Even by other black people.
I mean, I know some Christians, but you know they've never said anything wrong about other religions. One of my friends talks like shit about Muslims, but I'm like, dude, it's like, who cares? Chill out.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be your homeboy anymore because he's a bigot. But what I'm trying to say is, hold on. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to especially African spirituality and society and systems, is seen as either denigrated or is seen as inferior simply because it's from Africa and it's not Christian. You see how that's an issue?
I do, but I just, you know, that hasn't been a reality for me. Like, I couldn't tell you.
It's great
at any point in my life.
It's great that doesn't happen in your bubble, but it does happen, and because of it, it has effects. It has actual negative effects on us, especially over on the continent, especially in Africa.
Okay, how does it have a negative effect on me? Like, I don't think I need a rite of passage.
I'm not asking about you, bro. We're talking about all of
well, I'm
all
black.
Of our society.
I don't know if you're talking about.
Yeah, that's great if it doesn't happen for you. That's fine. But I'm talking about in general for black people. This has a negative effect.
Okay, so yeah, that's bad. What does that mean that no black person should become Christian?
I don't think we shouldn't. We should go back to our original spirituality because we're the only people on this planet. We're the only people on this planet that worship a God that doesn't look like us. Jesus is a blonde hair, blue-eyed white. Like. Jesus is a blonde hair, blue-eyed white dude. We're the only people on this world that doesn't. Hold on, quick. Hey, over on my TikTok, y'all need to be quiet. All right, I'm talking to someone on the phone. Y'all be quiet when I'm talking to that person.
Oh, you got.
Okay. Yeah. So squad. Yeah, we're the only people on this planet that worship a God that doesn't look like us. And that has a psychological effect because the moment you start worshiping an image of a God who's a white dude, do you see where the psychological effect could come in?
Yeah, it's a superior. I just gotta say, as an atheist, from what I understand about Christianity, I thought nobody knew what God looked like, and Jesus was not like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired white dude.
They say
I thought he was like a brown Muslim dude. Or
they say that.
I don't know.
They say that, but Google a picture of Jesus right now. You're gonna see a white dude. And when you ask, have you ever read the I'm pretty sure you never read this book, but have you ever heard of the study the religion of whiteness?
Well, you could. No, I haven't. Okay. So I do want to argue against the Jesus thing later.
Hold on. In the research study, the religion of whiteness, they actually asked people, what does God look like, right? And the white evangelicals pictured a white man, and a lot of the more secular, or not secular, but the minorities, the black and Hispanic individuals, they gave a little bit more vague type of pictures. But consistently for the white people, it was a white man. Like you see how the
white people are worshiping a God that looks like them, and the Mexican people aren't.
Yeah, sometimes. But like still, when you like, even though they gave more diverse answers, it's still noted that black and Hispanic Christians still had a high frequency of picturing a white man. That's a problem.
What you told me is that they didn't picture a white dude. They pictured something like
they have more diverse. They have more vague type of thing. It was more diverse and more vague.
I think that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, no, that is a good thing. I do agree with that. But if you just take a look at this, right, those was even studied as well about how do the majority of Americans think how God looks like, and across demographics, across racial demographics, it was a white dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. So.
I guess if somebody comes up to, I mean, I'm not, a Christian. Maybe I will be, but I'm not thinking about it. I don't know. If somebody tells me like, oh, Jesus looks like this, and it's some like white dude, that doesn't make me angry or anything. I just, I kind of have like no opinions on that. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to be angry. I'm telling them they're wrong, but I'm not going to be angry about it. But I think it does create a negative psychological effect where the savior of your humanity is the same person who looked like they enslaved you. I think that's a problem.
I guess, yeah, you're right. And like my bubble, it's like, nobody's telling me, oh, Jesus is white dude. And, the general consensus is, yeah, Jesus probably looked like what everybody else looked like around him at the time, which was brown. And I thought that's what people like thought too. Like, of course, if you look up Jesus, it's that crazy white image.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, kind of people who actually put any thought into it were like, would believe, yeah, he wasn't white. But,
yep.
I mean, are you just saying people shouldn't think he's white, or
I don't think people
should be Christian at all?
I don't think people should worship him. I think black people should worship him.
Because they're going to think he's white?
Not even because they think he's white. Even think he's black. That doesn't mean that he's real. Or like he actually existed, but that doesn't mean he had powers. That's what I would say. Like the entire tradition of Christianity is something foreign to black people. It's completely foreign to Africa. Christianity, Islam, these are all foreign to Africa. They were not in Africa until someone outside of Africa brought it to them.
All right. I don't think religion is foreign to anybody. And,
where's Buddhism from?
Voodooism?
Buddhism. Where's that from?
Oh, Buddhism?
Mm-hmm.
Like India or China?
Yeah. So
China, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So if a white dude in France is a Buddhist, isn't he doing a foreign religion?
I guess I would just call it,
so exactly.
a religion. I mean,
so Christianity is foreign to Africa. It didn't originate there. We're following a foreign, like we're deifying a foreign culture, and I don't know why we would do that. Especially
Christianity is foreign to America, and
not foreign to white people. It's they're the ones who developed it. But like when it comes to when it comes to like, I don't see a reason for us to deify a foreign tradition or foreign religion. We had our own spirituality and things going on. So Christianity, Islam, Judaism, we don't need it. We had our own thing going on.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm born and raised America, so should I I don't know, worship like sun gods or something or whatever the natives do?
No, just you don't need to be Christian either.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I do think we're out of time, but hey, I appreciate you, squad. Call it any time. All right.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
No problem. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. Thank y'all for being patient because, like I said, I want to talk to somebody on the phone. They can't hear you, but I can hear you. So please don't talk over them. Just a quick shout out real quick. Charlie, I'm gonna get to you and I'm gonna get to you official. Please, y'all be patient with me. Just give me 1 second. All right. So if you're watching me over on the Deconstruction Junction, huge win on the numbers today. Thank y'all so much. I'm not watching the chat. So if you want to talk to me, you're gonna have to call in or come over to TikTok in order to talk to me because I'm not watching the chat. Over on my channel, Volcy Thoughts. Thank you again over there. Appreciate y'all. again, big one on the numbers. Drop me some super chats if you like. And if you're watching me over on the Bash channel, the Black Atheist Skeptics and Humanists channel, the Bash channel, thank y'all so much for watching me there. Once again, not looking at the comments, y'all, so I'm not sure what y'all are saying, but y'all can go ahead and call in if you'd like to talk to me. Jay Henry over on my TikTok, I'm going to need you to stop complaining in the comments and actually come up. I invited you up twice. If you're going to just try to keep arguing against my points, and instead of just actually talking to me, I'm just going to go ahead and mute you for the live because I don't do that. Actually talk to me and stop bitching. All right. Let's talk to Charlie. Charlie, how's it going? Are you at least 18? Are you Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite? Or are you a black person?
I'm a black person. I'm 52, and I'm currently a Christian.
All right.
Studying both religions.
Your mic is really staticky.
How's that right now?
That's a lot better. All right. So I don't think that black people should be Christian. You think we should?
Well, I think it's a prerogative, but I didn't want to go too far off base because when you brought up about the coming of age ceremonies that we lost, and I don't want to believe that it's something sinister that YT people did to supplant our spiritual beliefs. And my example of this would be when you talked about the bar mitzvahs, the coming of age. There was something in ancient Rome called the toga of virila. That was when an ancient Roman boy would come of age. Christianity supplanted that. So you have YT people supplanting YT traditions with Christianity. So I don't think the concept was sinister in regards to us as black people. I just believe the culture of Christianity superseded and supplanted all indigenous coming of age ceremonies as they did with the toga of virila in Rome.
That's sinister.
So they did sinister stuff to themselves to destroy their own minds, their own selves?
Yes. Irish people, Irish people shouldn't be Catholic either.
You said it was like a form of suicide then? Self-destruction?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it was because they've lost a lot of their own culture or their indigenous culture. Now, you said that you don't think it was sinister, something sinister, right? And I'll just ask the question, what do you think colonialism is?
No, what I'm saying is if they use a weapon against us, they use it against themselves then.
They did. But what I'm saying is that doesn't shape it from not being sinister. Just because they did it to everyone doesn't mean it's not sinister. Like, what's colonialism?
No, what I'm saying is, unless we're saying suicidal, if I give you a poison cup and I drink from it too, then I'm suicidal then.
Right.
I don't think they were trying to be suicidal.
But like what I'm saying is that doesn't matter. When it comes to us, it was sinister because what is colonialism?
Oh, I think you're talking about supplanting cultural, spiritual beliefs and practices.
Yeah, that's sinister.
Colonialism is bad. I don't believe in colonialism.
Right,
yeah, but colonialism.
Right, but that's how Christianity got into us, like through colonialism, through slavery. Probably except for the Ethiopians, they're probably the only ones.
You're 100% correct that these religions came into Africa. They were not birthed in Africa. That is 100% correct.
Mm-hmm. Right. So us losing a lot of our spiritual heritage was sinister because it was seen as demonic, or inferior, and it was denigrated. So that's pretty sinister in my eyes.
Well, here's the thing, what I think, and I agree with you to a degree, because I do study outside of Christianity. Like I study from Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, Dr. John Henry Clark, and a lot of the African scholars I study from. It happened in real time in America today. We see people from all over the world, even people in Africa. Everyone want to be like America. And right now, America is not forcing anyone to be like us, but they choose to be. And I believe that's a result of world superpower influence, which is why a lot of these ancient Greek and Roman religions got their beliefs from ancient Egypt. Egypt had a lot of influence, a lot of power. Egypt never forced anybody to believe in ancient Kemet religion, but its influence was great. The Hellenistic culture was great. So everybody wanted to be like the Greeks and study like the Greeks. In fact, they thought if they could speak Greek, they were intelligent or well-studied. And then you had people when Rome influenced the world. Everybody wanted to be Roman, and now everybody wants to be American. Everybody want to come to America. I don't think it's sinister in as much as it's influence. What do you think about that?
I mean, that seems pretty naive to me, because look at American foreign policy. Like, America goes around the world just bombing the shit out of everybody. Of course, if you have one power that's invading places, bombing people, and killing children, of course everybody else is gonna acquiesce. America is not influential just because it's it's rich and everything like that. It's influential because it's a bully.
Well, I mean, every world empire, usually don't gain their power through diplomacy. It's usually through war, unfortunately. But at the same time, you have people around the world who make these conscious, collective decisions to come to America, to embrace the culture. I mean, you look at people around the world, very few world leaders. I believe Muammar Gaddafi wore authentic African clothing, but very few. They all wear suits. I don't know any world African leader other than one that actually shows up to the UN in a daishiki. I believe one does. I believe he's from Nigeria, if I'm correct. Yeah. But most of them, they take on the culture of the power. Now, if China rises to power, I guarantee you people will want to go to China, speak Mandarin, study the culture more. You might see more Buddhists in the world.
That's happening now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's actually, I believe it's influence more than forced. And America being the prime example, nobody's forcing anyone to come to America. Nobody's forcing, like, I travel around the world and people know more about America than I do.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about my issue with that is when we say that America's not forcing anybody to come here, what you need to recognize is that American foreign policy reaches and affects more than what you know. Like, for example, my parents are from Haiti, right? Do you know the reason my parents came over here is because there was a dictator in Haiti happening at the time when my parents were coming up. Baby Doc, Jean-Claude Duvalier. He was basically going to be taking out all the intellectuals. And my mother and my father, they graduated college. So guess what he was going to start to do? Take them out, right? So they had to leave. Who was funding Baby Doc? Who was funding Jean-Claude Duvalier? America. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all of this it has a lot more influence than what you think. And this was back during the Reagan years, actually this was back during the Carter years, during the 70s and the 80s, right? Even now, recently, right, when the Haitian president about 2-3 years ago, Jovenel Moïse, who got assassinated, he got assassinated by Colombians. And those Colombians assassinated him on the behest of drug lords in Haiti. Who are those drug lords funded by? The CIA. You see what I'm saying? So American foreign policy reaches a lot more than you know. So when people say that America's not forcing people to come over here, look at the foreign policy America did to those countries, and I would guarantee you that America has a foothold in destabilizing that country, which is why you see a lot of them coming over here.
Well, you're right, because what you mentioned, and you're Haitian too. I consider you my brother. My godmother was Haitian. She was from Haiti. Her name was Dorsenville, and she came up under Papa Doc.
Big Mike, how you living, brother?
I'm living good. How about you?
Everything is everything.
Go ahead, Charlie.
How about those girls of yours? How are they doing?
Right? Pushing my hairline back as usual, brother. Pushing my hairline back as usual. How's everything on your end?
Everything's good, man. Just plugging away.
Did you get any hear back for the Olympics and the boating committee or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I've been.
Yeah, we got to continue the conversation.
With LA 28 quite a bit.
That's some interference.
They've just been in town for about a month, and it's just been.
All right, finish what you were saying, Charlie.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So yes, my godmother was from Haiti. Her name was Dorsenville. She came up under Papa Doc. Mm-hmm. And Papa Doc affectionately got the name because he was a doctor, and mm-hmm. he would travel on foot. She would tell me the stories how he would literally vaccinate people and literally put the shots in their arm, and they would heal them of diseases and illnesses. Yeah. And they loved him, and they called him Papa Doc because he was a doctor, and he eventually ran for office. To make a long story short, he fell into a diabetic coma, and when he woke up, he said that he had spoke to Baron Samedi, and Baron Samedi told him it wasn't his time yet.
Yep.
And then things kind of went downhill. But when you said about America funding him, that being Papa Doc, he himself reached out to the United States and tried to say he was anti-communist.
Yep.
So at that time, the United States supported anybody back even up to the Reagan era. If you claim to be you do not like communism, you're anti-communist, you're going to get funds from America.
Exactly.
So I think he just did a con job on America. He played America in that way. But like I tell people in Africa, America has never colonized anyone in Africa. You know, they don't. The only reason why the Africans or some African nations speak English is because of England. It had nothing to do with the United States.
No, it has nothing to do with the United States. I agree with that, but it has a lot to do with an American business interests. Definitely does.
You mean capitalism making money?
Not just capitalism. I'm talking about like American business interests, like a lot of those mining companies that are over in Africa. They may be European companies, but America has interest all over that. I would say that what affects Africa the most is actually not really America. It's really France, to tell you the truth. But America does have influence over there because who has influence on France?
Yeah, in France, their influence has fallen, as you see with Ibrahim Traoré, and he's getting rid of that's a new movement now in Africa. But why? So, but your main thing you're saying is why should Black people be Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite? Hebrew Israelite is a whole deeper topic. The Christianity and Muslim, I could definitely tell you, was not in Africa. That is a imported religion. It's not indigenous. It wasn't conceived in Africa. Now, if you study Dr. Rudolph Windsor, a Black man from Temple University, he wrote the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. He mentions the Dahomey Jews. He mentions various West African Mali Jews who were Black that already existed in West Africa, which is why he said the book From Babylon to Timbuktu. But I know you're probably aware of Dr. Rudolph Windsor from Temple.
I'm aware of it.
Yeah, the only reason I'm mentioning him because I'm from the Philadelphia area and I'm close to Temple University. So he wrote that book. So the whole Hebrew Israelite thing is a little deeper topic, and we know about the Limba Jews in South Africa with the Cohen DNA. So that's a whole deeper thing. Yeah, that's something one might.
Here's what I would say: the Limba and the Igbo Jews, right? That's fine. I don't think anybody has beef with that. However, when he says that the original Hebrews, original Israelites were like us looking, like, you know, West African looking people, that's where it falls off the rails, right? Because a lot of these languages that you're mentioning, like you know, Dahomey and Akan and Ibu, all those languages are far older than Hebrew. So it's like, how can we be them, descend from them, if those languages are older? If the haplogroups are older in DNA, that won't make any sense.
Well, the African is the original man on the planet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If we start from that premise, it will intellectually wipe out a whole lot.
Right. Now, of course, Black people are the first people on the planet. No one denies that, right? But when we're talking about, like, you know, we're the oldest people on the planet, but the haplogroups are still older. Like our haplogroup from people who are West African descent are far older than the Hebrew haplogroup, right? So if it was the other way around, you would see that our haplogroup would be younger, but it's not. It's older. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't make sense that we would be descendants from them if we have an older haplogroup.
Which is why I believe that a lot of this is based on influence. Like our Native American brothers, because my great grandfather, he's full blood Cherokee, and they would say stuff like, his magic is stronger. You know, well, it's not magic stronger, it's technology. So the influence of that, the gun technology, various other things influence. So you begin, that's how I see it, as influence. Now, with Islam, it's a bit different. Islam spread through Northern Africa by two means. One was through conquest, one was through the sword. One was done by a lot of unenlightened. One was done through slavery, 1,400 years of slavery, which was the Islamic slave trade. So we have a violent takeover in that regard. But then at the same time, Islam also spread through Northern Africa through trade. It was also spread through Africa due to what they would call trustworthiness. So, for example, if a Muslim vendor would tell you this is a defective product, this is bad, I'm letting you know up front, and I'll sell it to you for half price, the Africans, and no offense to Africans, they weren't used to that practice, that type of honesty. So that kind of influence and trustworthiness, a lot of people would be attracted to. So you have with Islam violent spread of the religion, and you also have
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think that it's because the Muslims were more honest, or that they'll be more honest with you if you're also Muslim?
One cannot deny that fact.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that goes on in the Muslim world still a lot to this day. They're more honest with you if you're Muslim. So if the trade is better, like, okay, if I convert to what this person is saying and they'll be more honest with me about what's going on, then I'm just going to convert, right? Because even like a lot of Arab explorers, when they went over to Mali, they even said that the Malians there, they're just kind of Muslim in name. They're doing whatever they want. They still have their own spirituality, their own ancestor veneration. You know, the women still go topless. They still have male friends. They don't go anywhere without the men and stuff like that. When over in Arabic Islam, it was completely different. Yeah, I mean, African Islam didn't do all that. So it was like it was one of those things where they were kind of Muslim in name, but still carried over their spiritual heritage and spiritual culture. The issue that I'm seeing with Islam, at least now and nowadays, is that a lot of the culture and the basically they're deifying Arabic culture. Essentially, they want to dress more Arabic. They want to be more Arabic. They want to interact in the world the way that Arabs interact in the world, when Africans had a whole different way of doing things. It is because that they're Muslim, they want to take on that culture instead of their own.
You're right, and that's called Arabization. Yes, and I agree with you 100%. I don't agree with Arabization. So what is your position on, which we know was clearly a black man who looked like you and me, from West Africa, a Muslim king by the name of Mansa Musa, who was the richest man in world history? What is your position on an individual like that from Mali being Muslim?
I don't think he should have been number one. But the second thing that I would say is that Mansa Musa is very, very complicated, right? Because he has a huge legacy. He has a very fantastic legacy. But we can't deny that he was also a slave driver. Yeah, and we also can't deny that the money that he flaunted put all eyes on Africa. And you can kind of, in a roundabout way, say that colonialism happened because of him, because now people knew that there's a land here with gold and riches. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's eyes got glued onto Africa and immediately went there. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's very, very complicated. Yeah, he was very influential. He had a huge legacy. But what tarnishes his legacy was not just the slavery, but the fact that he caused too much attention to go to Africa. And the thing is, the way that economic systems worked in Africa before Europeans was that it was much more communal. The gold didn't belong to the king. The gold belonged to everybody. The gold belonged to the Malian people. Yeah, I mean, it belonged to the people. That's what it was for. We were basically doing communism before Marx. You know what I'm saying? So the gold belonged to the people. It didn't belong to someone for themselves. But when he took his pilgrimage, that's what he did. And that caused major issues. You know what I mean? So it's complicated because he has a very impressive legacy, but it's tarnished a bit.
He dropped so much gold when he traveled on Hajj through Egypt that it ruined the Egyptian economy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like flooding the market with money. If I was to do that in America right now, if I gave everybody in America like $50 million right now,
that will ruin the economy. Exactly.
Which is why, and we talk about America's policy, I don't agree with when they raise the minimum wage. And I always say, what's the point of raising the minimum wage if all you're going to do is raise prices? We see all the price gouging now after all the minimum wage is raised, because when you flood money into an economy and you can't adjust for it, you're going to ruin the economy. And that's what Mansa Musa did when he ruined Egypt's economy. Now, I don't know if he did it intentionally or if he did out of a good heart to help the poor. Who knew? Who you be the judge? Now, you educated me on something. Mm-hmm. I did not know that Mansa Musa was a slave driver. Now, when you say a slave driver, you mean an enslaver, like a slave master, like the YT man?
He was a slave master, yeah. Because when he went on the Hajj, he bought like 5,000 slaves with him. So yeah, he was a slave master.
Okay, I didn't know he owned slaves.
Yeah, most own slaves. Like the thing is, owning slaves was a thing that happened back then. I think we all knew that, right? I think what made the Arabic and the transatlantic slave trades so much more harsher was in the way that it operated, because in a lot of African slavery, you weren't exactly chattel. You can buy your freedom. You can marry into the family. And not only that, they were prisoners of war. So a lot of times when the war was over, you just send them back to their tribe. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it really was back then. But like Arabic and Atlantic slavery made you chattel, and it made you for life. You see what I'm saying? So it's those were the different ones. And the Arabic slave trade was actually a lot more harsher, or had a lot more dehumanization than the Atlantic one, to as surprising as that is. And the Atlantic one, they used to eat us. So that was the difference. Like, it was a lot more brutal, the Atlantic and the Arabic slave trade, than what was going on in Africa itself. The system just worked a lot differently. Now, slavery is still wrong. I don't want to defend the way Africans were doing slavery. That was still wrong. You know what I mean? You were still owning people. But I'm just saying that the way that it operated from day to day was a lot different than what we saw in the Atlantic and the Arabic. But hey, Charlie, our time is up. You think we could go ahead and move on?
Well, let me ask you one question before I leave.
Sure.
If we get rid of Christianity, Islam, and the Black Hebrew, what would you suggest we do to fill the void collectively without being spiritually lost? Because I believe as Black people, naturally, we're a spiritual people.
We are.
So what would you suggest if somebody says, okay, I listened to this brother today, he made a lot of sense, I'm going to start a deconstruction process? What would you suggest to fill the void?
Really, I don't think that you need to fill the void with any hey babes, I don't think you need to fill the void with any religion. But if we're going to go ahead and like you say, kind of quote unquote fill the void, I think a communal spirituality would benefit us. Like, for example, my grandmother was a voodooist. She was a Haitian voodoo practitioner. When you go to Haiti and actually look at the community that voodooists have, it's more about, community, ancestral veneration, continuity of culture, things that we already do. Yeah, I mean, I've always felt that Black people already do a spiritual experience without even having, religion as a part of it. Like, for example, cookouts. Yeah, I mean, cookouts when we're all together, when you with your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, when 4th of July happens, you'll be like, we're going to go to the park, or we're going to go over to Uncle Freddie's house, and then we all sit there and cook and enjoy each other's company and talk about stories and stuff like that, and sit around the grill, and we all talking about, whose girlfriend has problems, whose husband is doing this, that, and the third, and playing spades and all that good stuff. That right there, in my opinion, is a spiritual tradition. That right there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't need to have a go to a temple to worship or anything like that. Being communal in of itself is already a spiritual experience. That's just in my opinion. But we could come up with if you like say that we need more than that. Sure, we can build that up. But in my experience, we don't need any like gods above us to do that. We're spiritual within ourselves, if that makes sense.
I followed you, and I'll keep tracking and listen to you moving forward.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you, Charlie. You have a good night. All right.
How you too now?
All right, guys, let me go ahead and put on the slow music again. All right, so as you guys can hear, we're back to the elevator music. Let me go ahead and do a couple of shout outs. Did I get any super chats yet? No super chats yet. All right, so couple of shout outs, y'all. I appreciate you guys for being here over on the Deconstruction Junction. You guys are killing it on the chats and on the views. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Once again, I'm not reading the chat, so if you disagree with me or anything that I had to say, go ahead and call in. The number's right up here. I think I had a call, but I might have missed it. But you guys can call in, and then we can go ahead and have that discussion. I'll call the person back in a bit. If you're watching me over on Volcy Thoughts, thank y'all so much over on Volcy Thoughts for watching. You guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and keep liking and following. There we go.
Call from
Cato.
Hey, Cato, how's it going? Are you at least 18? And are you a Black person, Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
Yeah, here's my thought. I'm 21 and I'm a Christian.
21 Christian. Black person?
Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, I don't think that black people should be Christian. I think this is the religion of our enslavers and our colonizers, and people shouldn't be the religion of their colonizers. I also don't think Irish. That's why I don't think Irish people should be Christian either. Irish people should give up Catholicism and go back to the Celtic religions, and Scots too. What do you think?
I think I kind of disagree. I don't think Christianity is the religion of our colonizers. I think Christianity might have been hijacked by the colonizers, but I don't think Christianity is in and of itself the religion of our hijackers. I mean, there were like several studies done of religious people when they test religiosity, and there are two types. There's there's self-ID religious, right? Like when people say I believe in God, and they just say yeah,
yep,
or whatever. And and then there are devout Christians, and devout Christians, they seem, according to Pew Research, they seem to have better outcomes in life than people who just self-ID or non-Christians.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing. I would say two things when it comes to it being the religion of our colonizers. It is because the colonizers came to Africa and they brought religion with them. They brought Christianity with them. That's just a fact, right? Western and Central Africa weren't doing Christianity before the colonizers got there, so it's the religion of our colonizers. But the second thing I would say is that when it comes to those studies, right, what it actually shows is that the majority of our society is Christian, so you're going to see a higher number of Christians do well in life and stuff like that. But also that's more built on community. Their mental well-being is there because they have community. They have coping mechanisms from the community that they're part of. You see what I'm saying? It's not just being part of the religion that makes them have a better life outcome. It's being part of the community.
Yeah, but okay, so the first point you said that it's the religion of, it would make sense if our colonizers actually created the religion and then said, we're going to use this to enslave blacks. But Christianity has been around way before the slave trade.
No, it was. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm not saying that it wasn't. What I'm saying is that when the Europeans came to Africa and started colonization and started the slave trade, they were Christians, and West and Central Africans got Christianity through that method, through enslavement and colonization. So the colonizers were Christians, and then we became Christian.
Host, can I do a correction for him, please?
I'm saying your second point to about what was the second point again? It was I forgot. Can you refresh my memory? I got a little bit of brain fog, so I apologize.
All good. I said that when the Christianity was around before the Atlantic slave trade. No one denies that. It came from the Middle East. It didn't come from Europe. No one denies that. However, once it spread to Europe, it became established and spread throughout the world due to Europeans going around colonizing people. No one was really doing Christianity before Europeans was doing that, right? It was stuck in Europe and the Levant, essentially, and a little bit of Eastern Africa, like the Ethiopians and stuff like that. So, but Western and Central Africans, they wasn't really doing that on a large scale before the colonizers.
Oh, okay, I see. So the part where you said, Christianity it's only a thing because of community. But you have to understand that if you take away God and Jesus Christ, it's God and Jesus Christ that holds the community. Like if you take away God and Jesus Christ, there will be no Christian community.
Right, of course. Because go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because as you can see, and it's not just report a high levels of happiness. They also tend to have way more kids than the non-religious, because even though secularism, it's good when it comes to, economics and I guess, science and stuff like that. But the thing that secularism can't seem to help is the birth rate issue. Like they seem to, like in the black community, like the black community has, I believe it has the highest abortion rates. Am I correct? Like out of all groups?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like back back then, like highly religious women, they don't have like high abortion rates like that. They have abortions, but it's not as high as the self-ID Christian or the non-religious.
Yeah, because a lot of them is really wrong. But here's just thing that I would say. Yeah, like if you remove God and Jesus, there's really no Christian community. Right? There's no Christianity. The religion is based off of those two. What I'm trying to say is that you can have community outside of Christianity. You can have even strong community outside of Christianity. That's all I'm trying to say. Like it's not really them. Of course, right. That's what I'm saying. It's not really them being Christian that causes them to have good mental well-being or anything like that. It's because they just have a community. Any community can have that. But you see what I'm saying? But when it comes to like the birth rate is more controlled by economics than religion, because even highly religious societies, if they have very, very good economies, then the birth rate is going to decline. People not having children in America is not because America is becoming less religious. It's because people can't afford it. That's really the motivation behind not having a lot of kids. Can't afford it. Yeah, I mean.
Well, then why is it that the poorest people have the most kids?
Well, like in America or around the country? I mean, around the world.
Yeah, in America. The poorest people in America have the most kids. It's the rich and the upper middle class. They're still not having any kids.
Lack of contraceptives, lack of planning.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're a middle class person, you're making good income, and you still there's no way you cannot afford a family unless you're doing some sort of hedonism and you just like, oh, I don't want a family right now. I just want to spend it on women. I want to go out. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then I think that's the majority of the people in America. They just want to spend money on themselves. They don't want to start families anymore.
Right. But even in the middle class, what I was saying is that this all has to do with contraceptives and planning. You know what I'm saying? Because children are expensive, and like poor people have more kids, right? Because like I said, lack of planning, lack of contraceptives. People who are richer have less kids because they either use contraceptives because they could afford more complex contraceptives, or they plan it out. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the children for poor people, what exactly happens to those children? You know what I mean? A lot of times when it comes to like our society, right, the people who get hit with child neglect the most is not the richer people. It's poor people who get hit with child neglect the worst. Yeah, and child neglect is mostly about lack of food and lack of clothing. Food and clothing, guess what they cost? Money. You see what I'm saying? So that's the entire issue. It's not that they're super religious or they're having more kids, and having more kids is a great thing. Kids, it's expensive, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the lack of planning.
I don't think it's child neglect. Normally, when people mention child neglect, it's some sort of malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? It's usually for selfish reasons.
It's not always malicious intent. Most time, when
you get hit when a police hit you with a child neglect charge, like you're charged with child neglect.
Yeah, most times it's more about like lack of food and lack of clothing. I mean, stuff that costs money. That's what, if you look at the charges for child neglect, they'll see that the houses had less didn't have a lot of food in there, so it's child neglect. Or the children's clothes didn't fit, so it's child neglect. Or they're malnourished, again, lack of food, child neglect. You know what I mean? But like, it's because food and clothes cost money. That's really it.
Yeah, but how many of those child neglect? How many of those is because you have a lot of parents out there who just don't care. Like they care about their own entertainment than their kids.
Of course, there are some that are out there, but that's harder to research because the intent of somebody is not always made known, and a lot of people don't actually admit that. I didn't take care of my kid because I want to go to the strip club tonight. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not ready to admit stuff like that. They won't really admit that. So it's harder to say that's the reason or stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's not as easy to research.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I do think that Christian, like devout, like my parents, they were both Baptist, and they stayed together until up until my mother died. They stayed together for like 40 something, 30. I think it was like 35, 40 years. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that most couples that stay together that late, they're usually some sort of religious affiliation. They Baptist or Catholics. Like a lot of the older couples are like, they're like church, because I live in a not a rich area, but like I live in a pretty poor area, and most of the people who've been together for very long are Christians, and
no doubt.
Not to say that Muslims. Yeah, it's not to say that I'm not saying that black people should be Christians as a term of like I'm not pushing any policy like, oh, you ought to be Christian or something like that, or I'm not making any moral thing. I'm just giving my perspective that Christians they have some, not the best in the world, but they have some of the best outcomes when it comes to like being marriages and stuff like that. Like you don't need to be a Christian to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to the prompts like, why should black people be Christians? I'm just giving you why they should, not why they ought to be Christians. It's just
right. But the thing is, like I said, when you look at these researchers, right, it's not just them being Christian that's causing that. It's more things of like economics and community, because like you said, anybody can do those things. It's more likely to have more Christians because there's already built-in community for support around them if they since most of the country is Christian anyway. So yeah, it's gonna help them out, because most of the country is Christian, so they're going to get support. They're going to get a ready-made community and stuff like that. They're going to have coping mechanisms because there's more people around. You know what I mean? But like, I don't think it's just the Christian part that's doing that. It's more of the community part. And I think if we build communities, then Christianity wouldn't really be the effect there. It would be the community.
Yeah, but the problem is that why do you think Christian communities is thriving more than like you don't really see too many secular communities? And I think the reason why Christian communities, the reason why they're a community in the first place, is because they believe that God is giving them an ought. Like you ought to help your fellow man. You ought to take care of your wife. You ought to take care of your kids. You ought to not smoke, not drink, do that stuff. So they feel in their minds that if they want to show their love for God, that's what's driving them. It's not just community. It's not just they come together because they want to love God and they want to obey God or what they believe God is. And so that's what's driving the community. Because if there was no ought behind it in their mind, then it might still be a community, but it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like that strong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the things that I would say is the ought just because, there's this all powerful agent that says so. And my ought is that I want to, treat my children well because I love them. That's my ought. I love my kids, so I want to treat them well. I want to help my neighbors out because I don't want to see people suffer. I don't want to cheat on my wife because doing so is going to hurt her feelings. Like, those are my oughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be this intergalactic super being in the sky that's telling me to do it? Like, why does it not just do it because it either feels good to do or it's not going to hurt people or it'll decrease their suffering? Like, why is the ought just a super being? Like, I don't think that's a good ought.
It can be both. I would say it can be both. I mean, you can, like, Christians, they love they don't just love their family because a higher being said so. They just look at him like, okay, this being, he gave me life, he blesses me with prosperity and kindness and and grace and all this stuff, and this is me showing my love back for this being. It's not saying that if you drop the faith, you're gonna start stabbing your kids up or doing crazy stuff. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that's just what they believe.
Right.
Like the LGBTQ community, they have would you say that they have a strong community?
They have a very strong community, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, why? Because I've heard that, the reason why, because we know LGBT people have high suicide rates. but they say that they have high suicide rates because how people treat them, how people talk to them, and how
society rejects them.
How society rejects them. Yeah, so they have high suicide rates because of that. But when you look on the Christian side, when people talk bad about Christ, they say you believe in a flying spaghetti monster. They say you believe in a magic sky daddy. They say, oh, you're just worshiping a sky wizard. Oh, your God's not real. Your God's a genocidal maniac. You still don't see that effect in Christians. You don't see Christians killing themselves or
right, because they have a larger and more integrated community in America. Like there's never been a president that hasn't been Christian, bro. They're represented basically everywhere. They're the ones in power. You see what I'm saying? Like you won't see the effect that you would see for LGBTQ people for Christians, because like the demographics are just not the same. Demographics are on the side of the Christians. Yeah, I mean, their society accepts them as normal or just part of society. Yeah, I mean, people aren't like assaulting them because they're Christian, unless you're living somewhere else, like another country or something like that. But here in America, people aren't just being assaulted left and right just because they're Christian. But if you're LGBTQ, if you're LGBTQ, yeah, you're likely to be assaulted just because of that. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a lot different.
Yeah, but if that's so, you're saying that the reason why there's are you saying that the part of the reason why that suicide rate is so high is because there hasn't been wasn't Obama a pro LGBTQ president?
He was a pro LGBTQ president, but Obama wasn't LGBTQ, was he?
Yeah, but do you think that we will commit suicide less if the president was gay?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that our society is not built around seeing LGBTQ people as part of our society, proven by the fact that whenever a Republican president comes in, they always threaten their rights. That's the first thing that they do.
Yeah, but we do see them as part of being our society. They have a ginormous parades every June. If you look at Brazil has, I think, the second highest Christian, the second highest Christian population in the world, and they have a massive LGBTQ population. So do Mexico. Mexico is overwhelmingly Christian, and they have a massive LGBTQ population.
It does. But why do you think those parades exist for?
Well, the reason why you don't see Christians railing against LGBTQ is because most Christians, they believe in what they believe Jesus Christ is. Love everybody. You know, the standard Christian. Like, even though a lot of Christians don't read the whole Bible.
If that was the case, why are Christians always trying to stop these parades? Go back to answer my first question. Why do you think these parades exist in the first place?
They exist in the first place because of probably past persecutions.
A persecution and oppression. And they still exist because that still happens, including in the countries that you named, Brazil and Mexico. Yeah, I mean, like, even though they have a large population, right? Even though they have a large population of LGBTQ, that doesn't mean that the government or the society at large is still okay with them, right? Like, our society at large is still
why do you think that? Yeah, but why do you think that the largest Christian societies, LGBTQ, is big in a lot of these Christian societies, and you don't see this anywhere in the Islamic society?
Because of secularism. The West is a lot more secular. Islamic societies are not. If the West was a lot less secular and a lot more and Christianity had a lot more influence on our governments, you wouldn't really see that. Yeah, I mean, because look at our government now. Like, our government is literally trying. There's politicians in our government trying to roll back Hagerfeld v. Hodges, the Supreme Court case that decided that gay marriage was okay. There's a push right now to invalidate that, and some of the Supreme Court justices are saying that they will like that to happen. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just
Trump. Trump himself didn't never. I mean, he hasn't. He doesn't really. Trump himself doesn't really. Now, Trump's not a Christian, but I'm saying he doesn't really care about that. I mean, Trump is Trump is pretty progressive if you think about it.
No, I agree. Trump doesn't necessarily care about that, right? I agree that Trump doesn't. I agree that Trump doesn't really care about
gay marriage like that. He doesn't really think about it. Like maybe you might have like individual like a state legislator here and there trying to do that, but most of the I think we even have gay LGBTQ churches in this country.
Yeah,
I think we have some of the most in the country in the entire world.
We do. I understand that. What I'm saying is that exists despite Christianity, not because of it. Can you hear me? Hold on quick.
Hello?
Yo, bro, you hear me?
What the?
You talking to me or somebody else?
Not you. Give me a second. I'm talking to the phone. Give me one. All right, mic check. Crap. Not sure what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened there. Looks like my mic just gave out in the middle of the conversation. Let me see. Can you hear me, Prince?
I can hear you very well.
Hear me well. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get this out the way real quick, Prince. I'll get right back to you. All right, guys. If you're watching over from the Deconstruction Junction, thank you so much for watching me on there. I appreciate you. Guys, like I said, I can't see the comments. I'm not watching them. So if you're responding to anything that I say, you need to call in. If you're watching me from the Bash channel, the Black Atheist, Agnostic, Skeptics, and Humanist channel, once again, not watching the comments. So I see a few of you saying that Jesus is king, to not do witchcraft. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But anyway, call in because again, you can't look at the comments. And if you watch me over on the Volcy Thoughts channel, appreciate you there as well. We're going to move on to Prince. Prince, how's it going? Are you at least 18? Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite? Are you a black person?
I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and I am very old. Older than 18. I'll tell you that.
Older than 18. Okay, cool. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you were Christian or Muslim or Hebrew Israelite.
I am a Hebrew Israelite.
All right. Your mic is a bit low. I'm not sure if it's me.
Can you hear me?
All right, that's better.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
You're
like you.
No, I'm not an Israelite. I'm African descent.
You're of African descent. Isn't the whole world of African descent?
Recent African descent. My recent haplogroup is from Africa.
Right, but isn't the whole world from Africa? Yes.
Humanity started in Africa, yes. But I'm talking about.
Okay, so what's so special about that?
I'm talking about our haplogroup.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That haplogroup started in Western Africa. That's who I descended from, not the motherfuckers committing genocide on the Palestinians. That's not where I'm from.
Did you know that Israelites were in Africa too?
When?
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Judah, all the children of Jacob.
Abraham didn't exist.
Really? Do you have proof of that?
Yeah, there's the proof is that there's absolutely no historical evidence of him. Like there's no archaeological evidence, nothing that shows that Abraham was an actual real person.
So because you say that there's no archaeological evidence, that means that that's true. You rely on science. I'm
not saying that. I'm saying that what archaeology in history has shown that there's no archaeological history. I'm actually trying to explain here. Please don't interrupt again.
Okay.
From what we've seen from archaeological studies, from historical research, we cannot find any evidence that the individual of Abraham, as what's described in the Bible, actually existing anywhere. So if we don't have any evidence of him, why would we say he exists?
Do you live in a world that constantly lies to you?
It's not answering my question.
As a black man,
you need to answer this question.
I'm asking you a legitimate question.
No, just answer the question. Don't answer my question with the question. This has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
What
evidence do we have? What evidence do we have that Abraham was an actual real person? What evidence do we have?
Fuck your evidence is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, great.
It's all a lie.
All right, cool. What's going on, Trill? Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time, bro.
That was crazy. Like he couldn't answer the question, so he decided to answer the question. Obviously, you didn't fall for that because you're smarter than that.
I'm not gonna fall for that. Exactly.
So you're like, fuck it. I'm just like, just crash out, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, complete and total crash out. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with the crash out. I mean, you could go ahead and talk to somebody else. Oh,
yeah, man, but hey, you hear now that the Nigerians are considering themselves to be Hebrew Israelites.
I heard that.
Yeah, they're Jewish now, something like so basically, everybody want to be Jewish and everybody want to be Native American.
I don't know why though. It's like there's Hebrew Israelites over in Africa right now. I think with the Igbos, and it's insane to me. It's like, why? Just be Jewish, bro. Like, what's the issue? Just be Jewish. Like, just create your own sect of Judaism.
Your African roots. I mean, heck, you're free now.
Yeah, you're free now.
You know, allegedly, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're free now, man. Just go back to your African roots. Or if you want to
be the special,
it's like you want to be so special. Like if you want to be Jewish so bad, fine. Just go ahead and convert to Judaism. Create your own sect of Judaism. If you don't like rabbinic Judaism, create like, I don't know, African temple, fourth temple Judaism, I guess. I don't know. Like, just go ahead and just do something else, bro. Like, why do y'all want to be the special one so bad? Like, that wasn't us, man. We already have our own amazing, beautiful history in Africa itself. Like, y'all not proud of the walls of Benin? Y'all not proud of that? Like, it's insane to me, man.
Yeah, they can make up some stuff like, oh, well, you know, we're the special ones. We're God chosen people. And the proof is all this African architecture and stuff like that that's existed for far longer than anything else. You got what's the term for it? It's
pre-colonial.
Not pre-colonial, but like before the pyramids. There's like
prehistoric.
The prehistoric. Not really prehistoric. I forgot the name. I forgot the word. Basically, they have things that are like precursors. There you go. Precursors to the pyramids, right? So they could tell, hey, look at these precursors to the pyramids are like, you know, there's not quite the pyramids, but you kind of see how it got developed, and they can do all this stuff with their own African stuff. But I guess they think the black man's ice ain't as cool as anybody else's ice, you know, or the white man's ice cool or whatever. Like, all right, how about because we so down and out, we want to be the special so bad. How about we adopt these other people? Religions and thought processes, you know, because they're not special, we're the special.
Exactly.
No one's the special.
No one's the special, and it's crazy to me, bro. It's insane. Oh, the special. That's a Lego movie reference. But yeah, like everybody,
but it works though.
Yeah, it's like everybody wants to be the special one, and like we don't have to do that. We have our own unique cultural history. Matter of fact, we were the ones building like these pyramids before Egypt and everything like that. It's like, it's crazy. Why try to latch on to somebody else's shit? Like, I don't get it. There's no reason to do that. We've already had our own thing going on, y'all. We already had our own thing going on that we should be proud of. Like, why do y'all think the bronze pieces are still over in the British museums? These bronze pieces can literally give us a piece of our history back. Let us know. People in Africa can still read those bronze pieces. What a lot of folks don't know is that Africa already had its own indigenous systems of writing, right? And those bronze sculptures, those bronze pieces were part of that. That's how we told our stories. That's how we know which kingdoms was which tribes was which. The stories of everybody, our history, our entire history is in those bronze pieces. You know what I mean? Which is why it's so important. That's why it's so important. Our entire history is there. And we want to latch on to, you know, the people committing genocide in the Levant right now. Why do we want to latch on to that? Like, I don't get it. Like, why we gotta latch on to that, y'all? Like, we don't. What's crazy is that the people committing the genocide right now, they not even from that area. They're Europeans. Those are white people. You know what I'm saying? Yes, y'all. Benton Netanyahu was a white guy. He's Polish. Like, it's like Ashkenazi Jews are white, guys. Like, they're not even from the Middle East. Like, it's really just insane to me. Like, we just want to latch on to a whole other culture that had nothing to do with us, and we predated these people. Our genetics is older than these people. Our cultures are older than these people, and we want to latch on to something that's younger than ours. Why we gotta follow the son, not the father? Why we want to follow the son and not the father?
But just to expand it a little more, like we are now our own like cultures, right? Like you're Haitian, right? You have your own Haitian culture. You don't have to be Israeli or African anymore.
We don't.
You can just be Haitian. You got your own, and y'all are still developing your culture here in America and abroad, and also in Haiti. You know what I mean? Like the culture is still there, and it's grown. All cultures continue to grow. There was a culture before Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like humans evolve. Humans grow to be different people. Humans are 200,000 years old. We are not 6,000 years old. We're 200,000 years old. And that's how old what they call Homo sapiens are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and also again, Black Americans. You know, we're also our own culture. You know what I mean? Like we have our own like unique names, right? People make fun of our names, like, oh, they're ghetto. Well, like even if they are, who gives? You know, these are our names. LaQuisha is our names. All right. Tavion is our name. All right. These are Black American names.
Exactly.
We should be proud of it, and we shouldn't be trying to go back to. We shouldn't be having Islamic names, like, you know, because how many Muhammads do we have? We have damn near a billion Muhammads. We got way too many Muhammads. We got way too many Chris's, you know, to get on the Christians, right? You got way too many, like, you know, and then you try to go, these Hebrew Israelites trying to have a Jewish name. Like, why are you still trying to have Jewish name? How are you a Black American in 2026 calling your son Abraham? Like, what? That doesn't make no sense.
Make no sense at all.
Like, we should be growing our Black American roots, and again, like, you know, calling ourselves Black American names such as, you know, LaQuisha or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like these shouldn't be seen as funny names. These should be seen as like honorary names. And if you know, other cultures they have meaning for those names. We technically don't have meaning for, because again, we're like our culture like what 100 years old, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's like it's a young culture. So yeah, we're kind of like making up our names. But who cares if we're making up our names? I mean, it's our names. We're like the first, one of the first cultures that are literally like sprung up from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so everything we're doing is like the first, right? And people try to talk down to us for that, and I think that's part of the reason why a lot of these people, at least my people, are going, you know, trying to be Hebrew Israelites and Muslim also, because they're like, oh, about, you know, like we don't have a culture, so I'm gonna go to these other cultures and get meaning from that. No, we should be developing our own. We don't need those other cultures. We got more to, like, people are copying us all over the world. They're copying Black American culture. They want to be us. So why do we want to be them? We got the juice. They don't.
Exactly. No, man. Like you speak in fact. Hold on. Let me transfer real quick. You should do your research. Abraham's wife Sarah is a pillar of salt. She still exists. No, she doesn't. All right. So yeah, and that wasn't even Abraham's wife. That was Lot's wife. So that person's got was wrong anyway. That was Lot's wife, not Abraham's wife. The person stood.
Even then, to the degree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. To the degree she still exists. Like, yeah, she exists as like a pillar of salt. It's probably been worn down over like centuries.
Don't even taste good no more.
You know, like water and you know, just like, so like it's probably like worn down to like her ankles by now. And that's being generous, you know, just out there in the sun and the elements. Like, she's worn down to the element. You probably won't even notice her.
You probably won't even taste the salt no more because it's all dirt. Yeah, exactly. It's probably all dirt by now. It's not even salt anymore. But yeah, and that was Lot's wife, not Abraham's. Crazy. But yeah. Anyway, like just like how you were saying, like we have our own unique thing going on, and I wish like the Black traditional names never declined. I want to see more LaQuavias, more DeMarcuses, more Lamars, more Tamirs. I want to see that. You know what I mean? Instead, we have a whole bunch of Jalen's in the NBA. You know, so like I want to see more of that. I want to see more Shaniquas. I want to see more Tiverius. I was saying, like,
your name is Deshaun. My middle name is Deshaun.
Deshaun, yeah, exactly. I want to see more Deshaun.
That sounds Black. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like French, or because, you know, sometimes our names are like a mix of like French or
French and English. Yeah, exactly.
in English, and I think something else. What else? And sometimes we try to go in African. Sometimes we try to mix in African and Arabic. We should be mixing all the different stuff. You know, like things that people we've encountered and stuff like that. You know, of course we're American, and most of us so kind of be like anglicized a little bit, but you know, mixing English with the African, so it kind of makes sense. We can even, if you're Muslim, heck, try mixing the I don't know, the English with the Muslim. I don't know, try like La Muhammad or something like that. I don't know. Just
exactly.
Like,
that's why we have that's why we have a lot of Tariqs in the community. A lot of Tariqs because Tariq is Arabic.
Like, like, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I can't think of them right now. But I don't know. Try to mix the Muslim with the African with the English, something like that.
Exactly. Like you can come up with like whole unique names. You know what I'm saying? Like one something that's going on in Haiti right now is that you're seeing a lot of African names be raised back in Haiti right now. So you have some people called Okoyo or Akuba or Zaki. You know what I'm saying? But their last name be like Pierre or Jean or Paul and stuff like that. So if you see someone named Zaki Jean Baptiste, you know that's a Haitian person because they have an African first name but a French last name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how you know you're dealing with the Haitian person, and that's how you know that a person. If you have a French last name like myself, like Volcy or Malvo or Baptiste or Pierre Paul, and it's a black person, they're either Haitian or they're from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? That's how you always know. And that's beautiful about us. You know what I mean? Now think about if we had African first name and French last names. Now you know, okay, you're definitely dealing with a Haitian person because his first name is African, but his last name is French. You see what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things that we can all do. One thing that we've been coming up as well within I see with all black people is concept names. Like my nephew's name is Alliance. You know what I mean? Alliance is a concept. If I'm saying, and I know of people named like Forever or Infinity. You know what I mean? Like I met a kid one time named Sunshine. You know what I mean? Sunshine Jenkins. That shit was crazy. But yeah, like there are people named Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
hippies.
Yeah.
Like they were hippies used to call their children.
Yeah, hippies is called. Yeah, I mean it's the thing is about that, right? Like all these concepts, like, you know, like diamond, princess, king. You know, if you meet someone named King Johnson, that's a black guy. You know what I'm saying? If his name is, hold on, let me block this person real quick. Okay, yeah. The mod got him. Hey, appreciate that mod for blocking that racist my channel. But yeah, you know, if you know a black guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that we've been coming up with. We're coming up with a lot of concept names, and that's amazing. That's beautiful for black people to do. You see what I'm saying? And we need to start embracing that
stuff like that, because sometimes those kind of, I don't know, to me they kind of come off as like narcissistic. You know, like their father was like a little narcissistic, like no, like, you know, I'm a king, so I'm gonna call you a king. You know what I mean? So you gonna be the king. Like who the fuck is a king anymore? We live in fucking America. We have no kings. We have billionaires. They've taken over the kings. All right, we have billionaires.
Yeah, the billionaires are now the new kings, the oligarchs.
What's up, KK?
How's it going, Kay?
Hey, True. Hey, Volcy.
How's it going? I'm about to get out of here probably like another 25 or 30 minutes. Probably wait for one last call. But how you been? You saw my new video?
I saw some of it. I didn't get to watch it fully.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, definitely check it out, because they were talking about like trans issues, and I put a disclaimer that I'm not an expert on it, but I was able to respond to that person. So I just want you to, because you know more about that issue than I do, so I just want you to check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely check it out. All right. So Steven says that I lost my way. Steven,
what did you say?
I was gonna watch that thing, but then like my lunch break was over. Like, dang, I had to leave.
Yeah.
I saw it. What I was hoping, I don't know if you did it or not. I take Isaiah Martin's. I don't know if you've seen that clip. where dude asked him like, "What is a woman?" He said, "Your mom." That's like the best response. That's a dumbass question, so you might as well give him a dumbass
response. It's ugly. All right, let's talk to Steven real quickly. Steven, how's it going? Are you at least 18? Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite? Are you a black person?
Yeah, I'm a black person. I'm 50 years old.
Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite?
No, I don't believe in religion.
Okay, let me ask you this question: is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior?
Jesus is an Israelite. I'm a black person.
Oh, he one of those.
Jesus is an Israelite.
I'm not.
Are you
one
a
of
Negro
anyone.
Israelite, Stephen?
I'm not one of anyone. I'm a black person. I'm a Negro.
And I know you're a black person, and we know you're a Negro. That's.
We can see your picture.
We see your picture. What we're asking is, you say you don't believe in religion. Great. The only question I asked was, is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior? If he's not, that's fine.
Jesus, no.
Okay.
Could never be.
But you follow do you follow the Bible, the Quran, or any of that?
No. The one in the same thing.
They're one and the same thing. Okay, sure. All right, cool. I don't think that black people should be Christian. So that means you agree with me?
100%. I mean.
Okay. So why would you say I lost my way?
No. He just he just said about the idea of a black man considering himself a king. He said that we are now dealing with billionaires. Mm-hmm. He's confused. Money and self-worth is two different things. To think of yourself as a king, it is your state of mind, resource, and the making of money has nothing to do with that.
Since when has money and status never had anything to do with royalty?
Go again?
Since when has money and status never had anything to do with royal titles?
Since when did money become so important?
We live in a capitalist society. Money has always been important.
Right.
What are you talking about?
That's it.
So are you saying, Stephen, that we need to put less emphasis on money and put our self-worth more into ourselves? Because I would agree with that.
Correctly. You're spot on right there.
Yeah, I think we all agree with that.
But what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with Trail and what he said about kings and stuff? Like that don't got anything to do with what he said, because I don't even think that Trail would disagree with that. Like,
yeah, I don't think Trail would disagree with that.
Yeah. Well, to clarify,
that's what he was talking about.
Lady,
but to clarify,
lady, why are you defending something that you did not hear?
Well, I don't know, but before anybody speaks, let me just clarify my whole thought process of like king and royalty and all that stuff. Me personally, I think the whole concept of like humans having some type of hierarchy, like, because the whole thing, like, oh, a king is supposed to be like the ruler over a land, you know, like there is a monarchy, like, you know, what I say goes. If I don't like whatever you're doing, I can just have you beheaded because I feel like it, right? That's a king, right? Now you can say, well, you know, I don't mean like that. I just mean like, you know, like you can say like what you mean is like more so like just like how you carry yourself. You carry yourself as if you're a king, even though you're not. I'm like, yeah, I can agree with that conceptually, but I don't think king is like the whole concept of thinking or not thinking who you are, but like trying to like consider yourself to be a king so you can make yourself feel better. I think that's just silly. Like you should feel better being a human, right? Don't try to make yourself more than what you actually are, because you don't need to be. You are.
You do know that,
and you don't.
Proud of who you are.
You do know that happiness is in the mind.
Wait, let me finish real quick. I'm about to finish real quick. And carry yourself as best as you can as a human, point blank, period. And as long as you do that, you don't need to be a king. You don't need you don't need to be a prince.
You do know that happiness resides in your mind, right?
Right.
So
I think the concept of the title of a king is just unnecessary. It's making people think that they're more than what they actually are. You don't need to be more. You don't need to be more than what you actually are. What you are is already good enough. Being a human in like the best time to be a human is right now. and you're existing in it is more than enough. You live better than you used to live back in the day. Why would you want to be them? I want to be like, I want to be a human today. The best human I can be today. That's the best time to be a human in history, period.
Well, I'm still confused, like, where anything did you say? Because here's the thing, Trell, you didn't say anything.
You're confused because you want just to go against what I'm saying without understanding what I'm saying. Sometimes what we need to do is to...
Oh, my God. Stephen, he didn't say anything about that. That's literally not what he said. In fact, he agreed with your points, right? Around, self-worth and self-esteem and all of those things. Those have nothing to do with the title of the king.
Yeah,
okay, he dropped.
Not sure what is. Yeah, I didn't drop him either. Not sure what his issue was.
Like, I'm like, and that's the thing. I'm like, and I know what it is, honey. It's that black male ego. That's exactly what it is. Needing that title that they have not. Child, that's a whole other thing. I just had a live about black male leadership.
Finish it,
honey.
Finish it, KK. Finish it.
Because Volcy do not like when I be going deep into that.
What did they not? They did not what?
I'm like, no, because anytime black women say anything regarding what these niggas be doing, all of us gender war, bitch, it ain't no motherfucking war. It ain't no war because
we will protect you.
No, because it ain't no war. It's a war implies that two people are equally complicit in fighting, and that ain't what be happening in the black community.
I'll say it for you, KK. Y'all niggas ain't earned that shit. All right, you ain't earned the title of king, so you ain't no motherfucking king. All right, I said it for you. So yeah.
Okay,
right?
they haven't earned. They haven't earned it. Matter of fact, we're still living in a white supremacist society because of. Again. Volcy, I'm trying not to go there. I'm really trying not to go there because I know.
Well, if we don't have another guest, you know what I mean? But hold on, I'm bringing someone up right now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to go there.
Actually trigger somebody to come up here. That's what you should say it.
All right, we got one of one. How's it going? Are you at least 18? Yeah. Christian, a Muslim, a Hebrew Israelite?
I'm 20. I'm not a Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite. Right?
Okay, so you agree with us?
Yeah. Well, do you guys believe in religion in general?
No.
Oh well, yeah, I agree.
Okay, and
we believe in deism.
We're atheists, actually.
I'm not a complete atheist, but I believe in deism.
I mean, the deism I don't have a big beef with. It's just nothing to really talk about there.
I'm anti-theist along with atheist, so that's a whole other thing, but...
Yeah. So yeah, with deism, it's more of those gods where he doesn't interact. You can't detect them, so it's like, okay, well, it's nothing to do. That's kind of equivalent to no god at all. So I don't have a really big beef with it, but it's like, okay, sure, well, whatever, I guess.
I wouldn't have any problem with theism if it weren't innately but see, I'm always gonna have beef with theism. At this point, I am like, you know what? I'm gonna have a whole. You know what? I'm planning on making a background and doing a live around black women being. I'm like still participating in theism. I'm like is literally agreeing to your own subjugation. You're agreeing to it. So I should never hear Christian women talking about misogyny because your book is misogynistic. And so are the men in your church. You know what?
So the men in the church. Yeah.
Listen, me and other black women be going into it because of that Christian Bible, honey, and that Christian God. Listen, okay? You are agreeing to your own subjugation. You're agreeing to it. You are co-signing the idea that males are superior because you're praying to one. So I don't want to hear it.
Pretty much, exactly.
You give birth to males, and you think that a male created a woman from a man's rib. You are literally co-signing your own erasure.
Black woman is God.
Black woman is God.
Do you guys follow science, like evolution?
Yeah, of course.
Well, yes, of course.
All right. Well, all right. 101. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I may be nitpicking a little bit, but I don't like the phrase like follow science. Like it's fine. Science doesn't necessarily follow. It's like it's a process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't follow like 2 + 2 = 4. I mean, that's not. I mean, like I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
Like it just is.
I mean,
like,
because they equate science to like religion and stuff. So I know what you're saying. But I'm like, I guess it could also be like
that you believe in the Big Bang. Like, no, I don't believe in the Big Bang.
The Big Bang is just a fact.
It's a fact, yeah.
But here's the thing. But I think it's about like you mean like studying for yourself and listening to like the progression of like science. I guess in that sense following, but also to what you're saying. Like I guess as well. I guess I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, child, but yeah, listen. I promise y'all I'm gonna make a panel because I haven't been getting into the Christian topic enough, and I need to get back into that. I want to have a conversation with Black Christian women because Black women are already pissed with me because I said Cardi B wasn't Black, debating me on Facebook and on this. Listen, I did a whole panel about that. Listen, Black women were not having it with me. They were not, because I said that's not a Black woman, and y'all not gonna gaslight me, bitch.
No. I didn't start doing panels my damn self. I have an idea if like I know this will trigger the fuck out of everybody, but like basically saying like we should like do like a temporary ban on like certain religious names, like Chris and Adam, and especially
there's all the Black names right there. There's gonna be all the Black names gone.
Yeah, like Chris and Muhammad are two of like the biggest names that just like y'all ain't got no originality.
I mean, Muhammad ain't a common Black American name though.
No, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about around the world. Period. You go to like the Islamic. If you go to like an Islamic country and you yell Muhammad, like everybody in gonna look.
I mean, I guess if you a nigga from, I don't know. I guess if you a nigga from Africa.
Yeah, like
I guess if you a nigga from Africa, a lot of them niggas is Muslim.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims
but like, but like way too many of them are Muhammad.
Funny enough,
just a few years ago,
I didn't know at the time. I actually matched with a Muslim Black man from Africa on a dating website, and it was funny. It was hilarious. I'm like, because I did not know he was until like he had told. I'm like, oh, okay. Child, I told him I was an atheist, honey. Apparently, he didn't have a problem with that. So,
yeah, don't be having a problem with that. They think they could sleep it in you. That's how what happened to me when I used to match with.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's used to happen to me. That used to happen to me when I used to match with Christian women on dating apps. That used to happen to me all the time. They'll like invite me to church and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there was one who invited me to church, but she was wearing some like high heels.
I mean, what's the because I was gonna say collard green, like eat some collard greens of cornbread and read the Bible, but but I don't know what the Haitian version of that is, honey.
Oh yeah, it's what is it? It's a lalo. We have collard greens too. We just call it lalo. It's just prepared differently, but like yeah.
But that's the thing. Our greens because Callaloo and collard are technically it's a similar leaf, but it's technically not the same because, again, we prepare them completely different. It's like Black American oxtail. That is not the same thing as Jamaican oxtail.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's just prepared differently. But yeah, like she, I remember she would invite me to church a couple of times. Right, this was one time I'm like, okay, I know what you're trying to do. Because she had these high heels on and these really, really tight jeans that really, really showed off. And it really showed it off, you know what I mean? and I could see her walking up and down the aisle. I'm like, okay, you really showing it off. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sometimes you cannot help it though. I'm curvy and I have big titties, honey. And funny enough, I be constantly like, if I show anything below the neck on TikTok, like you've seen it happen. You've literally seen it. If I show anything below the neck, anything, it's going to flag me. And I will be off the live for like 10 minutes because TikTok is a hater. It does not like women with double D titties. Like, I don't know what to tell to you. These are natural. These are what my mama and my grandmama gave me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I got curved and big titties. Sue me, bitch.
Oh man, that's so hilarious. But yeah, you know, they wanna.
Oh my God, I can only imagine what your TikTok comments are like right now.
Yeah, but you know what because you know, like a lot of these Christians want to put in like the booty gospel. So like that's
is that what the Christian women be doing?
Yeah, they be doing booty gospel.
So the pussy juice is baptism. They're trying to baptize you in vagina. That's what it's giving.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to baptize us in the vagina juice.
I'm like with the holy juice.
That's how I'll be with the vagina juice. That's what they're trying to do.
I'm like, listen, I have my own juices, honey. Shit, listen, I'm like, when I was a Christian, I was trying to get my boyfriend to come to church with me and stuff. He refused. He refused, honey. And I'm like, he refused. Like, he was not having any of it.
Oh, bad. Oh, bad. That's funny. All right, let me see if I can.
It's funny because I'm laughing because I did the exact same thing.
But yep, it's always a strategy to try to, you know, get you into church, get you into the.
I'm like, so is that what the Muslim men be doing? They try to, you know.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they're trying to do. But yeah, that's a lot low. When you come down to Florida, okay, I'm have you have some of this. Unless you're allergic to seafood, because they put crab in it a lot of times. But yeah, that's a lot low.
I can't have crab. No, I can't have crab.
You can't have crab? Okay.
I can't have shellfish. I can have fish without the shell, but I can't have shell. You know what? It's been over 10 years. I could not be allergic to any anymore. But again, like none of the allergists in my area will take my insurance. So like it is difficult for me to know for sure. But I will say this. When I was like 15, 16, I went to the allergist because you know, the people that was responsible for me, I was like, listen, I haven't been to the allergist in a while and I think it might be a good idea, you know, for me to go because, I haven't. And so I'm like, so after months of like prying them, like, listen, I need to go to the allergist. They finally caved in, so to speak, my foster parents. So they did. So they took me to the allergist, and funny enough, when I was the day before I was supposed to go out with my friends and go to what was it? You know that restaurant with the crab,
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. We were supposed to go to Red Lobster together. And we was going to have a good old time, honey. I wanted the lobster with the butter and everything, honey. I was going to have a good old time. Anyway, the day before, I literally got the test results came in for me to know for my allergy, and literally that's how I found out I was allergic. Literally, if it came a day later, I would have found out the hard way. I was allergic to stonefish, and so like it's the irony.
Gotcha.
No, I was highly pissed. I was highly pissed.
I already know. No, but let me ask you, though,
and not being able to eat shellfish. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? What the fuck was I supposed to do about that?
Can you eat pork though?
Oh, child, yes. I would be even more pissed if I could eat pork or chicken or none of that.
Because I need you to have some of this. I need you to have some grill. Grill is our signature dish, man. It's so amazing. Oh my God, it's so savory. I need you to have some of that.
Food.
Yeah, that's grill. That's fried pork pieces.
What is it?
It's amazing.
What is it? It looks delicious.
It's called grill. It's fried pork pieces. It's amazing.
Oh, that good. I'm like, listen, I'll bring you some. Hell, I'll bring you some soul food chips, some collard greens, some cornbread.
Oh yeah.
Some home. Listen, honey. When the girlies be saying the diaspora cookout, I'm like, I'm sorry, Caribbeans do not get to bring mac and cheese. Leave that to the Black Americans. Thank you. I'm like, because I ain't eating none of y'all. But and listen, as far as the Black UK people, don't even bring anything out.
Don't bring anything. No. They shit is terrible, bro.
Don't even bother.
Yeah, y'all shit suck, bro. I don't know what's going on over there in the UK. Y'all
even
shit
bother
suck.
to bring anything out of y'all kitchen unless it's from Africa and your Caribbean roots. Don't bring nothing out of your kitchen. Matter of fact, even then, don't bring anything out of your kitchen because you from the UK. Exactly. And I'm like, and y'all might not, and y'all seasons might suck over there. Yeah, don't bring anything from your kitchen. Just bring yourself. Don't even bring anything out of your kitchen. You don't want to eat it.
Now, the interesting thing about Haitian mac is that I've heard people tell me that it's more of a casserole than it is a mac and cheese, because this is what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, so I've heard it's more of a casserole than a mac and cheese, actually. Yeah, I mean, so
no, that don't look like ours.
They don't look like y'all's at all. It's like, I mean, it's good, but it's I've heard it's not really mac and cheese. It's more. I've heard it's not really mac and cheese, it's more of a casserole, which is I didn't even know. Like, okay, it's more
I'm like, listen, but I'm telling y'all, ain't no one trying to eat no Jamaican mac and cheese. Ain't no one trying to eat no mac and cheese.
Bring the American mac and cheese.
And I'm like, and it's specifically the stuff. So me and my fables was just get into it, and I'm like, and this is why because I'm like not getting into it, but playfully getting into it, because that bitch from Chicago and all her folks have been in Chicago since the Great Migration in the 40s. And I'm like, and so she had the nerve to tell me that she put sugar on grits. And I said, see, this is why Black American women can't come together, because of sugar on grits. That's what created Jay-Z and Kanye. That made perfect sense to me, because you niggas put sugar on grits. Blasphemy.
Exactly.
To the crypt immediately.
All right, let's talk to Haru real quick. All right, Haru, are you at least 18, Christian, Muslim, or Hebrew Israelite, and are you a Black person?
18, Black person, don't subscribe to organized religion.
All right, is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior?
Hell no.
All right.
Can save itself.
But do you follow the God of the Bible?
Kemetic type of purpose.
No, sir.
You don't follow the God of the Bible. Oh, okay, cool.
You follow Kemet or something like that? Cause you got the yeah.
Yes, sir. I subscribe to our ancestral teachings.
Okay, so you follow follow Kemeticism.
So you practice African spirituality is what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's a little more respectable.
I respect it.
We're all about like we should be, if we are going to be spiritual, like let it be something like African, and
I mean, that would be a little bit better, or like voodoo, or maybe your own. I was just getting into it with the Caribbeans about because a lot of them think they could practice hoodoo, and I'm like, no, you literally cannot. You literally cannot, because that's Black Americans specifically. But
give me 1 second, y'all.
Call from.
Yep. My name is Cletus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Cletus, how's it going? Are you at least 18, Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite? Are you a Black person?
I'm a Black person. I'm 42.
Mm-hmm.
With a name like Cletus, who's my baby?
What was your last question?
Are you Christian or Muslim?
Oh no, I'm neither of them.
For some reason, I just don't believe that person. I think they're trolling me. But
yeah, I'm like a Black person. I'm like, I said with a name like that. I'm like, he died. The one at the top of it. I was like, I know you got your life. I was like, who white baby is that? Because really, who white baby is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but all right, hey guys.
Speaking of white babies, on this app, they ain't got no coof neither. I've been every live I be going on, they just be coming up to troll, honey. I say, and y'all have the nerve to talk about we as Black women and how we mother our children, honey. Look at y'all fucking children, honey. Uncouth, just school pewers and all that type of shit. And y'all have the nerve to talk about single Black mothers. I'm sick of this shit.
Just uncouth as hell, man.
Then when Haru said like why we should be Kemetic, I guess was before you get to another call.
Well, actually, don't mind Kemeticism. At least it's indigenous. At least it's indigenous.
I really don't mind it. It's like, even still, like I think it's like hear his perspective why we should, from his perspective.
Yeah, what do you think of Kemeticism, Haru? Why should we Kemetic? All right, guys, phone line is closed off. No more calls. Go ahead, Haru.
So this panel piqued my interest when you said specifically black folks should not be subscribing to any other religions. And I'm for that simply because we have our own foundation. We have our own spiritual systems way before the European man came to existence. So that's why I challenge us to go and start researching. There's too much information out there for us to be stuck on Christianity and Islam and Judaism. We have our own spiritual systems, right?
Trill, by the way, this was the picture that they banned me on. They banned me for like 10 minutes on Volcy Live. This was the picture.
Hey, I can see why. You got 10 inches worth of cleavage right there.
I'm like, listen. I'm like, I am young and hot. They need to leave me alone.
You can't concentrate with that all in our face. We can't stay focused.
Well, I'm like, the nigga, keep your eyes to yourself. What they gotta do with me, child? Please.
Them breasts are not. Those breasts may be yours, but they're not for you.
Bad. Y'all crazy, bro.
Not for me, honey. Okay.
Black people are amazing, bro. Y'all hilarious. But
listen, I'm like,
absolutely.
I'm like, and niggas,
absolutely,
niggas, honey. Okay.
But listen,
but unlike my fables, honey, I was raised by true niggas, so I don't put sugar on my grits. Thank you.
No, put sugar
I was raised
on
by
your
truth. I was raised by real niggas for mentors. I don't put sugar on my grits. Thank you.
Oh man.
Hey, let me throw this out. Let me throw this out real fast.
Go ahead.
You guys was mentioning you were saying we haven't earned the right to be called kings. Well, if you look at the etymology of the word nigga, it means kings.
It's about niggas?
Yeah, I'm like, I have heard that.
Niggas still though, but you can't
Niger,
be a king and some white man can just unalive you and get off. I mean, like, you're not a king. I mean, like you can't be a king in another man's land. It's like
we're kings with amnesia, bro. We're kings with amnesia.
Oh man, like you guys.
Here's what I would say.
Power.
No, of course. Where's that power? Here's what I say. I see where you're coming from, Trill, right? And I do see where Haru is coming from because it's like
I do see it too.
Like we have to have the words gives us power. So if we remember that we kings, then we'll go ahead and start acting like it and stuff like that. But we're still in a foreign land where the white man could take us out and we can't do nothing about it. So how do we harmonize these things? I think the way we need to harmonize these things is the Black Panthers will never come back, right? But that doesn't mean that we can create something larger and create something better, which is what I think that we need to do. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Hopefully
without the sexism. Exactly.
It'll never happen because we've been indoctrinated to love our enemies. So that's true. Haru, that's true. Which is why black people should not be Christian. Exactly. That's why we're prophets to prompt.
Like if black people ever do it before, we can do it again. You know, it just we gotta have better methods of defending ourselves against the white assault. I mean, COINTELPRO was a motherfucker.
I'm like, listen.
It took away all the. They made. I know it still is. But I'm saying like that was the whole point of COINTELPRO was to rid America of all the black leaders that could actually. You know, like they saw be the Black Messiah. Like they were talking about,
yes, sir.
You know, with what's his name? Dang, what's that dude's name?
Fred Hampton.
Who they called the Black Messiah in that movie? Fred Hampton. Yeah. So like he was 21 talking like that. You're 21 and they give you 30 years, not even 30 years, 20 years. You can be president.
Well, I'm like, I will say
that happened.
You're missing a key point.
Now I'm like,
you're missing a key point, brother. It was an inside job. They're always inside jobs.
It's always an inside job.
Right. Hey, that's why most of the slavery failed because they always had somebody in there
on the inside. Exactly.
On the inside.
You're talking about the coons, the Sambo.
Right. There's always one.
You ain't
even got to label them. You ain't even got to label them. The folks that love white folks.
Yeah, so Haru, that's why we got the prompt. Yeah, it's the prompt, brother.
I'm already feeling the vibe, man. That's why I appreciate the invite, man. Y'all speaking my language.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
But
we're largely atheists, so we don't really believe in any God's God. But hey, if you are going to believe in one, we'd rather be some like an African God.
Exactly.
It might as well.
Arabic or European God.
Listen, listen, because people don't talk enough about how the Arab ones are just as problematic, and that be annoying me. When my sister was still a Christian, Karma been up here. Me and Karma used to get into it because of that Muslim shit. We used to butt heads, and when I tell you butt heads, I mean damn near ready to throw hands with each other over that damn Quran, because I was not going for it. I was actually not going for it. Okay, I was not having it.
If they actually studied those doctrines, man, it tells you they're not supposed to associate with non-believers. In fact, you're supposed to kill them. So now we wonder why all these religions are so violent, because actually the book is the foundation is violence.
Here she was with an atheist as a sister. Mind you, we would listen. We would verbally spar, honey. Verbally smart over that damn Quran. I'm telling you, we did. Okay, she will tell you, honey. The way we used to read each other for filth over that Quran. I said, listen. I said, listen, bitch, cover up your. I'm like, don't be bothering me because you have to cover up your hair, bitch. Okay, you don't have to cover up your hair with me. I'm a woman. Okay, you don't have to cover your hair around me, but don't get mad at me because bitches have to cover their hair every time they go outside. Girl, please. Honey.
That's a little oppression like a mug. I'm with you.
Okay, I'm like, okay. Don't get mad at me because I'm pointing out that you co-signed your own oppression, bitch. Okay.
That's right.
You think about it, like it's
nothing different than the Tion law.
Yes, sir. Just one last thing, real quick. Is that like the whole concept of the job doesn't make any sense, because the whole thing is like, oh well, everyone should be disciplined, so like that. So everyone's supposed to be disciplined, right? Like, why aren't we disciplining men for being turned on by women because they're showing their hair?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense. Yes, okay, so like if a woman showing her hair turns you on that much, right? Like it's her fault for that, so therefore she should cover up instead of you finding a way to deal with that. Maybe you should pray more, right? If prayer is the answer for everything, shouldn't you pray to Allah to take that lust away from you because you saw her? Oh, but no, it's her fault that her hair is out, so you have to kill her because you saw her hair.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, getting mad at me because I have curved and long, luxurious locks, honey. Y'all saw my locks, okay? I have.
Your boy Muhammad fell in love with a 9-year-old and married her.
Oh, I brought that up too. Don't think I let my sister live that down. I didn't let her live that down. I sure didn't.
They never like that.
The moment I found that out, because I wasn't a Muslim, so I didn't know all of that at first. And so every time we got into it, I told her that she loved the pedo god. Sure did.
All of them.
I'm like, I sure did.
Even Yahweh.
Yahweh too. We're putting a 14-year-old Mary. All right, hey guys.
I'm like, oh yeah, honey.
Hey guys.
I'm like, but see, I wasn't a Christian no more, so she couldn't pull that.
She couldn't pull that, huh? Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Check me out, man. I am gonna go ahead and get out of here, but y'all, I appreciate y'all. Haru, drop me a follow. We're gonna definitely gonna talk more. Come back anytime.
Yeah, and I follow Haru as well.
Yeah, definitely, because I want to learn more about Comedicism. It sounds super interesting. I've heard about it for a while, but I definitely want to learn more about it. But all right, guys.
Yeah. All right, brother.
No problem. Everybody's gonna be disconnected for now. But hey, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Sorry I had to cut the phone lines off, but I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I got homework to do and I got work tomorrow. So hey, I appreciate y'all. As I always say, y'all. Hold on, let me go ahead and put my thing on again. As I always say, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. As always, everybody be secure. Be affectionate, be wise, be flexible, and be trustworthy. Everybody be soft. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, all right? We're going to listen to my music as we go out. Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Clock ticks loud, can't escape. Heart tenses done, feel it to the bone. Clock ticks loud, can't escape the cloud. In the crowd, unbowed, thoughts wrapped in shroud. Volcy thoughts race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase, I'll just keep the pace. Streetlights glare, danger's always there. In the lair we prepare, no room for care. Shadow paths we trace, haunted smiles on our face. No dreams left to chase, locked in this space. Silence screams loud, destiny's proud. Can't stand the crowd, darkness is our shroud. Oh. Clock ticks loud, can't escape the cloud. In the crowd, unbowed, thoughts wrapped in shroud. Volcy thoughts race, life's a twisted place. No time to erase, I just keep the pace.